MaJaMa Jams is brought to you by No Fatties.
Never point a gun at anything unless you intend to destroy it. Ladies and gentlemen, Penn and Teller's magic bullet. Watch your ears, please.
MaJaMa.
Hang on a second. You just blended a bunch of smoothies, you whipped up an omelet, you ground coffee, and you mixed up 2 different types of muffin batter in that thing. What the heck is it?
Welcome back, everyone, to MaJaMa Jams, a show where we discuss other people's work to avoid doing our own. And welcome back to what is probably the coziest, most favoritist part here for us on the MaJamaverse. It is our scrap segment, where we take a look at things that are not movies, but little scraps that fell off of the table during the meal, little morsels we pick up and examine. And if there's something we love here at MaJaMa that is not movies, it has got to be, we've done a bunch of them here in the scrap segment already, infomercials.
I think we only did one.
Training videos, infomercials. When you think about these things, you always think of the cheesily acted out fake scenarios. But sometimes maybe you go a little over the top and you make fun of them when they're not there. But we're watching a classic infomercial today where they take that trope of the cheesy acting scenario and like a phoenix rising up, gloriously blazing. This is probably the most stellar example ever because they're tripling down on central casting cliches around the table, and Mick and Mimi are just pure infomercial heaven. Now we have 2 of these on the DVD Mateo burned for us of our favorite infomercials because that sentence sums up our existence as friends.
That's right.
This is not to be confused with the Magic Bullet Express, which is the sequel.
With the Bullet Express, you can make any full family meal ready to heat or eat in 8 minutes or less.
Oh, come on, 8 minutes?
Yeah, that all sounds great. Now let's get to the food!
But this one has characters all its
Equally
own.
good.
Equally good.
Drama.
Yeah.
A little drama.
We really can't state how perfect this is. Now, let's say we did something like, I think it's the Ready Set Oven, where the guy burns his mouth on the pizza.
Are you finally going to feed me here?
I am, but it's going to be really hot.
I'm going to jump in and eat it.
Right, that's the one. There would be things that we could point out and laugh about. There'd be things that as a bunch of goofballs we would chuckle at. But we might be a little...
Chocolate.
Chocolate?
Chocolate!
Chocolate? Did you say chocolate? Chocolate? Chocolate! Chocolate! Chocolate!
We might be a little hard-pressed to actually find something that was that exact goofy archetype we're looking for. However, everything that isn't the, order this, it comes with this, everything that's the main segment with the actors here is gold. It's Nirvana, it's perfect, it couldn't be better. It's practically an SNL skit, but it's actually happening.
If only dinner were that easy.
Huh, yeah, dinner's always a production.
Well, it's cool because a lot of infomercials will have the host and the person who's giving the information about the device, but they'll be talking...
Classic informed and don't know anything.
And
really? It does that?
They'll be talking to you, or they'll be talking to an audience or a fictitious audience or to the viewer, but this one doubles down on the idea of making a set piece where you have everything contained inside of a little, almost like a sitcom, because...
Yeah, they give him a mini audience.
Yeah, because they're the other actors are their audience, and they're teaching their family members about how many uses the magic bullet has.
Yeah.
So it's
Are they all family?
Yeah. It encapsulates the coziness even more into that set piece. We have the grandma, we have the aunt, we have the...
Drunken neighbor.
Who's Berman?
Berman is the brother of Mimi.
How do you know that?
He has no English accent.
Yuck, I hate broccoli.
And
You've done your homework.
I mean, who else would he be?
Did you write all the bios of everything?
And then there's 2 couples, an older couple and a younger couple.
One who is more active than the other one.
Yeah.
The one with the brunette is more on the. It just like I like him when he says.
Nachos, those are my favorite.
This is not the one with the Kirkland signature, Greg Sestero. That's the other one.
That is the other one.
So standouts here are dinner.
Dinner's always a production.
The literal
Garlic. Stinky, nasty garlic.
Chopping garlic. Stinky, nasty garlic.
The butt hanging out her mouth.
the central
entire time.
casting, the classic butt hanging out
Grandma is the second one.
Everything under control.
Sure. Have us over for a nice family meal, and there's no food in sight. They probably just got out of bed.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Granny. It's always a pleasure to have you over.
Oh, this isn't Grandma.
This is, well, she could be Grandma, but for some reason I see her as an aunt.
Yeah, they call her by name.
An auntie.
Yeah.
And what would breakfast be like without your favorite type of fresh baked muffins? Did somebody say muffins?
Yes, we did, Hazel.
And Berman is...
There is a Berman in both, though. I mean, a Berman
but the second Berman is more gentle.
And more.
Yes, wider, and there's more Berman.
What about some appetizers, yeah?
Just bring on the food, man. Come on.
Wait, Nachos is my favorite, isn't the bigger guy?
This one, no. That's the...
That's the husband of the brunette.
Yeah.
As you can see, we're struggling to keep the characters within the bullet verse.
It's very much like Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, where it's like the same kind of story. It's a little bit tweaked, and the actors and the characters are the same. Like, wait, didn't this person be a...
That is my favorite comparison in the history of my existence.
Because you
in this
have almost
lifetime.
all these same characters, just slightly...
Yeah.
You know, I haven't seen Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, but I heard they're kind of similar. Could you explain? You've seen them, right? Well, have you seen the Magic Bullet ones? It's actually a perfect parallel between the Bullet and the Bullet Express.
You will die like the others before you. One by one, we will take you.
By the way, what is the difference between the Bullet and the Bullet Express? Quicker? Faster? Bigger?
Oh my God.
More room? What'd you do?
Nothing. Continue talking like normal.
He missed his mouth.
Oh, man. What an idiot. Berman has just come in from a night-long bender.
Look who's come in.
Good morning, Berman.
God, not so loud.
Here, what about a bit of the hair of the dog that bit you?
He was out at the local bar after finding out his wife divorced him. He got a little too sauced, and he took kindly to a guy that was eyeing him at the bar and was plowed viciously behind a dumpster. So when he walks in, he's a little wobbly legged, and they're like, "Berman, looks like your legs are wobbly there. You just have the old back door abused again." He goes, "Yeah, you know."
For the old in out and out.
What's happened to yours, love?
Bob's your uncle.
So Bob is your uncle.
So
I don't know who Bob was.
Berman hobbles over, and we
He
start.
can't sit down for a while, so he's kind of just leaning over the counter.
Let's say you want a frozen ice pop for Berman's rectal hole to cool down the burning. We start off with the smoothies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is probably more of the... So these things do look convenient, and, you know, full disclosure, Matthew owned one, so this is not just...
My mom owns the second one.
Mom owns one, so we're
There
not
are
just
no
talking out
more-
our asses here.
We covered we cornered the market. We bought all of both.
We've experienced the product for ourselves.
There's a few, too. I think there's a NutriBullet and a Baby Bullet for baby food.
For babies?
Yeah.
Shove that thing in there. The smoothies make more sense because, you know, you make a smoothie, it looks like the right amount. The rest of this stuff, especially me and Mateo, pigs that we are, always goof on the fact of it makes things quick. But like, look, here's a pizza to feed your whole family.
No, the thing is that it tells you all the time, oh, it takes 3 seconds to do this, 3 seconds to do the muffing, but you need, for instance, 2 NutriBullet to do both of them.
Not to mention everything prepped, cut up on plates
Yes,
in the kitchen.
and a slew of the containers because you keep passing one from the other one in the microwave.
Like don't quantify it in time like that because
No.
it just sounds
I mean, I understand that usually you don't eat all of those things that they're making, but if you're saying, hey, we can do 2, like for instance, 2 pasta sauces in 10 seconds, then you need
2 bullets. Yeah.
2 bullets.
Mick and Mimi are going to burn themselves out. You got that many guests at your place and you're making that many variety of dishes.
All right, Mimi, bring out the 30 different effing magic bullets.
All within an hour. Like, what are you gonna do at 6 p.m.?
They got the plugs like Griswold with the friggin' lights. There's like 30 plugs plugged into one
Or it's
strip.
funny that it says we make a chicken salad for a sandwich in less than 10 seconds, and he even says,
In less time than it takes to toast the bread.
but then the voiceover says,
It's also ideal for turning leftovers like last night's chicken and vegetables into taste-tempting chicken salad for a 6-second homemade lunch.
yeah, I have it, but the bread is still toasting. What am I gonna do with this? No, exactly. It's your timing is very important.
Here you go, Bowman. Hold out your hand, you fat shit. Lick it up, you ugly dog. You don't get bread. That's for family members.
Or they say you can do. It's a clever idea. There are some of the containers that double as mugs, and so you can drink you can drink your whatever you're doing straight from the mug, and everybody has a color.
A comfort lid is what they call it.
A comfort lid, yes, because otherwise there is just like the screwing part.
Ah! Damn it! Mickey, maybe stupid nun.
We only have 4 comfort lids.
But then you have to have 4 friends, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because then you run out of.
We're out of comfort lids.
So you're not invited anymore because.
You can come, it's just not gonna be comfortable to drink.
Bring
I'm sorry.
your own comfort lid.
They send out the invitation.
BYOCL.
There's an asterisk that says we only have 4 comfort lids. Those of you with sensitive lips, get here early.
Now, making a different frozen cocktail for everybody is easy, so everyone gets their favorite, made and served right in the same mug.
MaJaMa. You've got gourmet chicken salad, freshly made and ready to serve.
And that is a 6-second lunch.
It just seems like you said, like your mom said, and like I was saying too, like it's not only that it blends poorly and leaves giant chunks that you don't want in there. But also the onions they're using are the tiny little cebolla. I don't forget to recall.
Yeah, everything is bite-sized.
Yeah.
Putting in this onion the size of a softball.
Yeah, like at least show them because that's gonna take more time to cut up a real onion and put it in there. But it also just like the juicer, I'm sure that thing jams every 5 seconds.
Absolutely.
What would you
with all
say?
the pulp stuck inside.
After using it a while, what would you say is the actual satisfaction rate? Where you are the times you're actually like, damn, this was easy and quick.
I guess it depends what you're making.
Yeah.
Like I would make the smoothie or the sorbet a lot, and that was pretty easy. But even that, trying to crush ice in that thing, no.
Into that, I'm going to pop some ice. Finish it off with some margarita mix.
Yeah, my mom used it to mostly to grate hard cheese. And she says it grates it well, but you have to be ready to know that at some point there's going to be one knob that stays in there.
I
mean, it doesn't...
kind of give them credit for showing that, because there's plenty of times they slam onions or tomatoes into the pan or the bowl, and there's a giant slice untouched by the blades.
Yes.
But it also looks like you're just mashing a lot of the food. Like even the omelet that pours out just looks like...
Like a mother bird, the bullet works a lot better if you pre-chew the food. Let Mimi put it in my mouth, and I'm going to spit it into the bullet. Then it blends like magic.
Plus it's with the egg and the cheese and just looks like a dark beige bile.
Imagine Mimi chewing it up, and she spits it into Mick's mouth.
Well, you
like
want
a baby bird.
And cheese?
Then
Okay.
The magic Mimi.
Here you go, Berman. Dude, I love a parallel version of this where they're shoving anything into Berman's face like a dog.
I don't fully buy Mickey and Mimi as a couple either.
What they're supposed to be?
But if you prefer something a little bit healthier, you know what I mean? Try putting in your favorite frozen fruit.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
thought they were just friends in advertising.
He has a wedding bed.
Why would he wake up there and be making breakfast for her family?
Where am I? Where am I? Who am I? What am I?
Who am I? What am I?
Where's the magic bullet?
Oh my God, Breen doing a bullet infomercial or any infomercial? Oh my God, Neil Breen doing an infomercial.
That's what we need to do. Take creators like him.
Dude, on camera, what if we make a fake infomercial and get Neil Breen? How do we contact Breen? Do you think he has a phone? He thinks he contacts through telepathy?
He already scolded me when I told him that I couldn't
Mateo's
buy
off
2
the
movies.
mailing list.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to know what it's like. I mean, we've seen interview clips, but the way the guy looks, it's almost like, even just he was calm, there's like the weird...
Yeah.
No, it's scary.
It is scary. Neil Breen is genuinely scary.
You gotta watch your appendages the entire time you're in this house. You wake up with a pinky
Who is
on.
this? What is this? It chops onions. Isn't that immoral?
You go to sleep 2 hours and I keep awake just in case he creeps into the
We're
room.
on Brain Watch.
Hashtag Brain Watch. This Saturday on Brain Watch.
But anyways, the product is okay. I mean, it's more practical than
It's compact.
Pulling
You
out
say
a
it's the size of a
gigantic
mug on your countertop.
Yeah, a gigantic
Well,
blender
but
or something.
for personal
But then
use,
they give you a blender attachment, so it's like
Yes.
you kind of just.
like I'm going to make
Extra
myself an omelet, but so I will say that most of our
probably
joking is probably for parties. 'cause
Probably
that would
whisking
be a
eggs
bitch.
is good. Just like eggs, nothing else. Just like whisk them like
So if
that.
you put ham in there, it's just be like. I mean,
Yeah.
once again, that could be good to have it shredded. But I don't know.
Now watch. I'm chopping the ham and veggies, grating the cheese, and whipping the eggs, all in 3 seconds. The machine that just made those smoothies for Berman and Fred will make an omelet for you, Ike.
Ooh.
Look at that.
It just seems like it becomes a slurry.
Yeah.
And I get you're making an omelet, but still, it just seems like you want kind of at least bite-sized bits of food in your omelet, not just straight up baby food.
There is that. Yeah, everything that is liquid when they do the milk
ham smoothie.
milk with the chocolate, that also seems something that it could come out fairly well, or the sorbet.
All right, Mimi, why don't you bring over the frozen fruit? And I'm not talking about Paul Lind after spending time in Antarctica. Thanks for clarifying, Mick, because here he is. Well, I tell you, it was awfully cold over there.
Neil Breen and Paul Lind are the same.
Oh my God! I
infomercial.
think we're peaking comedically.
Paul Lind's got to be dead, right?
I think so.
Okay. So the corpse of Paul Lind and Neil Breen.
Neil Breen is dead inside, so we're almost there.
Who else is? I feel like the two standouts are Berman and the cigarette lady. But who are the other? We have Curly. To me, he looks like a curly-haired Full House coach. Like there'd be an episode where DJ was trying to
She
get
looks
him to
like
eat
the neighbor in Married with Children.
Yes, the other blonde, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I love is there's a lot of my favorite of smiles, which is this.
Yes. Or the face.
Shocked at Berman.
Yes, he drinking the. Which is funny because they sell it as if it's the only thing that it does. They say, oh yeah, you can do pineapple and strawberries, and then you put broccoli because
the taste of the fruit overpowers the taste of the vegetables.
any blender does that.
Yeah.
But they sell it as this is the only one that has this magic power.
Berman doesn't know.
Berman doesn't know.
Berman can never know.
Hey, that tastes great. Not like vegetables at all.
Berman, taste that. Oh, and let me know if you taste any of my urine, which was in there also. It doesn't just mask the taste of broccoli. Paul? Oh, give me some of that. Out of my frozen urine on the lips.
But as usual, is incredible. As you say, it's incredibly cozy. As everything goes right.
Yeah. And just menagerie of food.
Oh,
Yes.
so much food on the counter.
And for once, it's an infomercial where actually, yes, there's not only a stupid banter between the production tester, let's say, and the witness who say, what? It is that? No.
Oh, just from looking at that, you can see the outside is brown and perfectly crisp. Oh, and then the inside with that beautifully melted cheese, Vicky, that's Italian.
There is this back and forth, which is kind of like fake as hell, but it's fun to see it.
Well, I propose a question to you guys, and I'm going back to what I believe is our very first Scraps, the Big Boss Grill. Now, we have a couple choice moments in there that make it a beloved MaJaMa favorite, but I posed the question to you two. Because of, like when I started, I said, you always expect a certain something coming from infomercials, that cheesy back and forth. Is this the best? Again, I know something like Vicky and the whole thing with her and Rich not liking her is a personal favorite, but is this the best an infomercial cornball banter has ever been?
You don't see many where they're like making a little
skit.
Yeah.
Because even Rich and Vicky, we laugh at it, but they're not like, hey, Rich, what brings you over to my house?
Yeah.
Well, Vicky,
they're
it's a
still
Sunday.
selling a product as promoters, and they're talking to us.
You're right. The skit does a lot. The fact that it's essentially a skit does a lot.
Because it's not
There's
like the
plot points.
Yes, and drama.
You could call it a short film.
Yeah, because
Qualify.
the only other difference that I can think of is like the one that Ron Popeil was doing, or Emeril. They have an audience, but that's an audience.
Yes,
it's a studio audience, and so there are applauses and stuff. So this one is the optimal point in between, just like 2 testimonials, and or one. Sometimes there are also, but usually there is a couple that one talks.
Actual people have tried it.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have that.
No.
No.
So it has.
It's also interesting.
It has the selling thing we see about 3 times.
It's got the classic black and white with the
yes, we have a few of that. We have the breakdown of hey, here's what you buy. If you buy this, you get this for free. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
We see that about 3 times throughout, but there's no testimonials from people who have tried it.
Yeah.
And it's all very self-contained.
And as fast as you can say, Bob's your uncle.
Within that world, which I'm trying to think of others that I don't think I've seen that many do that.
So I'm saying it's almost like a genie infomercial where you're like, oh my god, great genie, could you make the ultimate friggin'
It's the
cornball?
scenario sections from training videos we love done in full length for the training for an infomercial.
And it also ends just like with the pan up and the voices are one on top of the other and it fades away. So it's kind of
like a fun family Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Now, while Mimi's slaving over a hot microwave, I'm going to knock us up a quick pesto sauce. Are you ready?
Well, I will say that you may want to distinguish between infomercials and training videos, but you saying the training video fake scenarios, the Hallmark one we covered on Scraps, these are all available on our Scraps playlist on this channel.
Link is not in the description. Look for it.
Search the channel, guys. Come on, this guy busts his ass. Has top-notch fake scenarios.
Yeah. Yes.
In fact, some of the best I've ever seen, and I was thinking of...
But that's the prime cuts of training videos, when you have those scenarios play out.
Yes, especially if it's sexual harassment ones.
Yeah.
But the boss telling them to take their favorite card and put it in the pocket.
When we finish here, I want each of you to pick out your favorite card. Keep it in your apron and show it to every customer.
And her saying...
I still find myself laughing at some of the same cards.
Is wild to me because sometimes it's like that's how I would write the comedic version. I forget if I've said this, but sometimes I'm like, look, you couldn't parody this because this is how I would do the comedic version. A line like I still find myself laughing at some of the same cards is probably exactly how I would write a fake Hallmark video. So if you guys want to distinguish between infomercials and training videos, I would say the Magic Bullet and the Hallmark, both on the Scraps channel again, are 2 of the best, absolute best I've seen. You have other stuff like Wendy's grill skills or Pizza Hut making it right with the fairy powder, fairy dust.
Agate powder.
One of the best jokes Mateo's ever made in his entire existence.
Whoa, fairy dust.
That's right.
So fairy dust is a unique blend of cheeses and spices. What do you think there was, there had to be corporate meetings that approved them to use that?
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting to think about.
It could have been a more innocent time. Then again,
I have this product. It's good power. Can we call it fairy dust? All right, better. Much better.
So why do you think we don't see kids from Mick and Mimi? At their age.
They're saving it for the baby boomers.
Societal
Of
rules.
course.
Does Mick and Mimi have any others besides these 2? They're famous for this, aren't they?
I'm sure. I've seen Mick elsewhere.
Yeah, me too.
Mimi's done porn, but besides that, I don't know just for another information.
With kids.
Cassidy, this dog is not yours. Do I need to remind you that you're sick?
No, I'm not, Mommy. I feel all better. Look.
Oh my gosh, your fever's gone.
Can I go back to school?
Are you sure you feel okay?
Yeah.
Speaking of things you use every day.
I don't think you'll ever see kids, maybe in some testimonials in between far and sparse, but never kids in an infomercial because of the labor laws and they can work only a limited amount of time.
Just make sure they're young enough so they don't come above the countertop.
Yes.
And then just speak down to nothing.
And that, yes, so then it's fine.
Yeah.
They can say that there's plenty of kids, yes.
Why does he keep looking down? We told him there were kids down there. He thinks there's kids down there.
He was really excited about it for some reason.
Why is he hard?
MaJaMa. Or even take that fresh brewed coffee, add ice, milk, and chocolate syrup, and blend up a fancy frozen coffee drink in just 7 seconds. The Magic Bullet does any job in 10 seconds or less.
But anyways, the Magic Bullet can do anything.
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 In 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Or less.
The Magic Bullet does any job in 10 seconds or less.
Here's the Magic Bullet as a CEO of a company. after giving a raise to every single board member. Here's the magic bullet overseeing the construction of a new subway. And here's the magic bullet coordinating a complicated hostage situation.
You can even bring back your loved ones from the grave.
Yes.
I know they say that in order to count a second-wise, what is it, you're supposed to say 1001, 1002. So there is a little bit of that. But I think it's funny when they're like, it takes just 1, 2,
2.5,
3, 4 seconds.
All you do is give it 1, 2, 3 seconds.
Yeah, don't put in that technical of terms. Like, you're not going to
Yeah.
be able to recreate that. People are just going to be pissed at the end.
You know, it reminds me of the Brian Regan joke, how the back of the Powerade, how back of the Pop-Tarts says,
If you need to zap fry your Pop-Tarts before you head out the door, you might want to loosen up your schedule. And I swear it says microwave on high for 3 seconds. I can't do anything in 3 seconds. You know, wake up, ding, ding, it's hot.
But the crazy thing is, I heard that bit and I looked on the back. It literally says microwave for 3. I was like, he's got to be exaggerating that for comedic effect. It literally says microwave for 3 seconds. There's nothing on Earth that gets even remotely warm in 3 seconds.
I mean,
other than maybe joke about a whore that's ready to go. Yeah, wasn't quick enough. Insert your own horror reference here.
Maybe hot tea becomes hot in 3 seconds. Hotter.
Hot tea that's already hot?
Yes.
He's done it.
Don't have to hit start. Just put it in, take it out.
But yeah, it's there's a lot of food on that table.
Yeah, no, but and then this one has also a decent director of photography.
Yeah.
So everything pops,
Yeah.
the color pop.
Like it's old and fuzzy a little bit, but it looks good.
Yeah.
And
I mean, compared to the
Yes.
because the first thing
dismal,
that
dark.
attacked me to the Big Boss Grill was the drabbiness
Yeah.
of the whole thing, and this one is lively, and they seem sincere as much as it could be in an infomercial.
So you're going to leave it on your counter and you're going to want it there because you're going to use it every single day.
Come on, Mimi, every single day?
Several times a day.
But is not something. It's more digestible because it's offered to you almost as a sitcom.
Yeah.
With no laughs, but.
They try.
Yeah.
They try.
Now I'm going to screw on the flat blade. That's the whipping blade. Remember that, Berman, right? Watch this.
Funnily enough, all joking aside, the tone of when they do a joke is not far from the way they would treat a Full House joke, you know?
Yeah.
It's, in fact, we joked about wanting to live inside this world and see it longer, but one may say, even though, yes, eventually we came to realize we do love this as a actually funny G-rated comedy, one might say that was the attraction of Full House. It's kind of that for 10 minutes stretched into a full sitcom for 8 friggin' seasons.
Maybe this was a precursor to a Mick and Mimi series.
Probably.
You
I'm
know,
not sure if you could tie the magic bullet to every single episode, but
all joking aside, I guess there
could
is
be.
some genuine entertainment value here.
Mick and Mimi make a porno. Close enough.
Yeah.
The ultimate party machine. Are you ready? Watch this.
Should we do our favorite line, which this seems like a good hot one for, even though I was trying to come up and I'm trying to think.
I have so many. But
I feel like the Bullet Express is actually where my mind is jumping to of my favorites.
They do have, I think, a little
because
more.
the cheesecake standard line is just godly.
Yeah.
I use a hand mixer for cheesecake. It's a pain in the...
As I was saying, Granny, this New York-style cheesecake was prepped and ready for the oven in less than 60 seconds.
But this one, I think, it's because it's real. Like I said, the standouts here are Berman and the aunt, granny, whoever, the cigarette lady.
Yeah.
Didn't okay? So if I'm going by what sometimes a quote is that you love to repeat it. It's the phonetic sounds. I absolutely love.
Dinner's always a production.
Because again, it's like
the finger.
It's like the most cliche. Like it's like me in my potluck audition. Can you do a pothead? What, you mean like this, bruh? Perfect. Like, can you do the old cigarette smoking dinner? Big stinky garlic. So I'm going to go with dinner. Dinnah is always a production. Matthew.
Mine's probably Berman.
Come on, Mimi, every single day?
Every single day. The facial expression.
Every single day with the tilting of the head. And I think that mine is it's either
Bob's your uncle.
But
Fanny's your aunt? No,
yes.
Myers says that in.
No, he says it too.
He says it here?
Everyone joins in.
Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt.
But I hate it because he's not in frame when he says it. Because it would be.
You think it's ADR?
It's no.
See, that's a craftsman to notice such
They
things.
were filming what he was doing, and so he said before you say Bob. But I think that mine is.
Yeah, nachos. Those are my favorite.
With the hand gesture, because it's great.
Oh, Perman's having a seizure.
Take it away. Get it out of his mouth.
The DT.
Someone dig your hand down his throat. Pull it out.
Yeah.
Frothing. Is that a vanilla smoothie, or is Berman frothing at the mouth from his alcoholism?
Oh God, he swallowed chicken bone.
Yuck, I hate broccoli.
Berman, you've got to slow down, you absolute filthy beast. Back to the doghouse for you. Is that a metaphor? No, he sleeps behind there in the doghouse.
That was raw chicken, Berman.
Every single day?
Quick, use the flat blade in your mouth and just say,
Look how quickly it blends raw chicken. Yeah, but you still have to cook it, you a-holes. The whole table's got salmonella.
Oh, and a small note. The wonderful woman who's trying to wash the juicer.
I'm going to hold two things at once.
What? It's impossible.
Teeth don't work.
There's always a production.
Guys, it's always a great laugh. It's always a cozy time. We break down these scraps. I love these little nuggets that aren't movies. Hopefully you guys do too. Are any of these available on YouTube?
Yes.
I'm sure, yeah.
They think these are available on YouTube. I know we're not the only freaks that love watching cornball infomercials, so if you guys like this, check them out. Also, like I said, on this channel, on the Scraps playlist, under the playlist section, we got what? We got the Big Boss Grill. We got Pizza Hut making it great. We got Hallmark, which, again, some of the best fake customer scenarios. So if you guys love this type of stuff, we're already like 20-something scraps deep. Go check out the rest of the playlist on the channel. If you've made it this far, please drop a like and a comment, something to let you know we're watching. Make the algorithm work for us. We love doing this for you guys, and we need it to carry on.
And subscribe, but the smashing button.
Smashing the subscribe smasher.
Whatever.
Do it. And other than that, from our couch to your couch, this has been a Mick and Mimi Scrappity Scrap Jam. That's me turning the blender on.
Oh, okay.
It's quite silent.
Yes.
MaJaMa.
Do you have clutter in your rooms? Do you have any rooms? Alright, do you have clutter somewhere? Well, to clean your environment, wait no more, because the Brino-Matic 2000 is the tool that works for you. It does stuff, which we don't even understand, and then
It's clean. It's all clean.
the Brino-Matic 2000.
It chops, dices, minces, splices, harasses, mauls your face, sucks your blood, pushes you in a hot tub while you hold a toaster, and so much less. Leave home without it, please.
Buy yours today or Neil Breen will come to your house and scalp you while you're asleep.